tray stitch or the tray pattern. This is a really good pattern to use when you're making a shallow basket that you'd like to have a really pretty decorative edge. It's perfect for making a serviette or napkin holder. You can use it with the square bases, the rectangular bases, or the round bases, it's the same. But today I'm using an 18cm timber square base from Basket Bases Australia. I'm using t-shirt yarn and I'm using a 6.5mm crochet hook. So I have already cast onto my base. If you need help with that, you can see one of my other tutorials called Getting Started with Your Basket Base to learn how to do that. But I've just done my slip stitch through the holes for the first round and then single crochet through the slip stitches and holes for the second round, and now I'm ready to go for the tray stitch. Okay, so to begin I'm just going to do a really nice and simple slip stitch, but we're going to go through the back loop only. So you can see this is your next stitch here, and we're just going to go in behind through that back loop only, pull through and a slip stitch, so pull straight through. So in, out and pull straight through. In, collect the yarn and pull it straight through. There's no yarning over in between, it's just a simple slip stitch. So we do this all the way around. With the square timber base, when you get to the corner, you don't need to worry about adding any extra stitches or anything. You just keep going around as you would like it was a circle. You do end up with a slightly rounded corner, but it's still a corner nonetheless, and looks really pretty. So we're just going to keep doing this slip stitch. So when you're doing this, the bottom of your basket should be facing you. This is the underside of my basket. I like to have this nice cushioned area underneath for the basket to sit on. So it's going to go this way, and the sides will build up that way once they get going. So we just continue this slip stitch all the way around, and then I will show you what we do next. Okay, so we have done the slip stitch in the back loop only all the way around, and what you should have is a little double layer ridge that you can see here. So it doesn't look like too much at the moment, but this becomes one of my favorite features of this basket. I'm just going to show you how I join at the end of the round here. So I've just done my slip stitch into my last stitch here before joining. I'm just going to take my hook out, put it under the next stitch, which is here. I'm going to put the hook in from behind. Just going to collect that yarn and pull it through there, and then pull through for my chain. Okay, so this is how your basket should be looking so far. Okay, another really simple round now. We're just going to do a single crochets around, but again this time it's going to be also in the back loop only. So this time we go in, yarn over and pull through for our single crochet. So into the back loop only there, pull the yarn through, you've got 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through. So just continue on now all the way around again, doing a single crochet in the back loop only of the previous slip stitches, and then join in the same way that I just showed you. Okay, so you've done your single crochet into the back loop only of the previous slip stitch, and you can see that here all the way around. So there's your single crochets, there's your slip stitch. So we're ready now to do the actual tray stitch. So this is such a great stitch because it's very decorative, it's quite sturdy, it adds a lot of strength to your basket, and it works up really, really quickly once you get going. So you can make a little tray basket or a little basket tray in no time at all. So once you get started with this, it is really simple. It's just the initial getting the hang of what we do here. So first thing is we're going to go through the back loop again. So we're going to go in through the back only, pull the yarn through. Now we're going to yarn over, and we're going to insert the hook back. This first stitch is the trickiest part to see, and after that it gets easier. We're going to put this one just in between, see the little join slip stitches that I've got here? We're going to put the hook just inside there. The main thing is that you're always coming back this way with the hook, not going forwards when you're inserting the hook. So we've yarned over, I'll just start that again. So we go in through the back loop, pull the yarn through, yarn over. Now we're going to insert this hook just above that little slip stitch there for this one. Pull the yarn back through, and then use the hook to sort of stretch the yarn up taller here. You want a little bit of height for this stitch, and you have a lot of yarn on your hook, so you need to really pull it up higher. And then yarn over and pull that through all the loops, like so. So then it gets a little bit easier from here. We do the same thing in through the back loop, yarn, pull the yarn through, yarn over. So for the rest of these stitches now, we're going to insert the hook again, slanting back, but we're going to put it just underneath the single crochet. See that little gap there? So you've got your single crochets with your V shape, and you're just going to put the hook into that little gap underneath the single crochets there. So we go in under there, pull it up, yarn over, and pull through. So in the back, collect the yarn, yarn over, insert the hook right down under the single crochet just above the slip stitch, not in front but under behind. Collect the yarn, you've got 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all the 4 loops. Keep going with that now all the way around, and I'll see you on the other side. So you've done your tray stitch all the way around, and you probably can see why I love it so much now. I'm just going to show you how to join with the end of the tray stitch. So I've done my stitch here, and then I'm just going to go through the back of this chain here, in that way, yarn over, and I'm going to come here under this single crochet, through there, pull it up, yarn over, pull through, just the same as we've been doing. And then I'm just going to join by taking the hook out, coming through the back here, and pulling that through. Okay, like that. So you might decide that that height is just right for you, and in which case then I would just add my trim by doing a row of slip stitches through the top. But I need this tray to be just a little bit higher, so I'm going to do a round of half double crochets, but again I'm only going to go through the back loop because then I'll get a really pretty edge that will just match in with these ones down the bottom and will just show off that tray stitch really nicely. So for my round of half doubles, I'm just going to go over, in the back, pull through. I've got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So yarn over, in the back loop, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. So you can see how I'm keeping the tray stitch here. Got a little edging and then I'm just adding a little height. So just continue that one all the way around. So I've just done my half double crochet round above the tray stitch just to give a little bit of extra height to my basket. So I'm going to finish off the basket now by adding my trim. I'm going to use a jute twine trim. I love using jute in my baskets. It adds a little bit of strength, and I think the jute will just complement this honey coloured yarn really nicely. But you can continue doing the trim with the yarn that you've already got, or you can choose a different colour yarn, whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to trim my yarn there. And I'm going to bring in my jute twine. When I work with jute, I do always change to a larger hook size. I usually go up just one size because the jute's a lot thinner and it will pull the sides of your basket in because it's tighter if you don't go up a hook size. So I'm just going to crochet over the ends there. Sometimes I just knot them together just to keep them out of the way a little. So I'm just going to do slip stitch now. I'm going to go under both loops, pull through, and then pull straight through there. And I'm just going to go over those ends to cover them up as I go. So I'm just holding them behind my hand. I'm going to go under the stitch and under the ends and slip stitch through. So just keep slip stitching all the way around to get your trim. So that's it, it's all done. Your beautiful tray stitch basket. So I've just got my jute trim and that's ready to be filled with paper serviettes or whatever you want to use your basket for. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it's been helpful for you to learn something new. This tray stitch pattern is a Woven Glory original pattern and I'm really happy just to be able to share that with you. So good luck. Can't wait to maybe see some of the baskets that you make and enjoy. Bye.